It's Friday, August 28th. We've just come up over a saddle. It was pretty smoky while we were climbing, and you can see that it's quite smoky over there where there are multiple forest fires. Right there, let's see if the camera can see it, is Mount Hood. Yep, right there. We can see it pretty good. Looks like it's pretty hazy in the camera. Mount Hood is the high point in Oregon, and we had hoped to climb it on this trip, but now we've decided it's too late in the season, so we hope to come back someday and climb it. Back over the saddle where we've come, you can kind of get a view of Mount Jefferson. It's pretty impressive, even though it's very smoke covered.
We probably hiked about 27 miles today. The first 24 miles were quick and easy and not very hard. And after those 23 miles, we met with the support vehicles and picked up the dog to walk the last 3 or so miles with us. I believe the plan tomorrow is to probably hike about 9 or 10 miles to meet the support vehicles again. But there we'll do our food resupply and then head on. I believe that'll be a 60-mile section, so we'll probably drop the dog off after those first 9 or 10 miles.
We're here at Little Crater Lake, which is actually a spring. It's, I believe, 45 feet deep. It's 34 degrees year-round, and it's got a cool, well, one, it's doing a really cool reflective, but when you get closer and look down, it's a cool blue color, and you can see super deep. The camera can't seem to see it, but it's almost like an optical illusion and really cool because you can see super deep into it.
So most people are probably familiar with Crater Lake, but a lot less people probably know about this, which is a Little Crater Lake. I guess it's technically just a spring, and it's not too big on the surface, but it is like 45 feet deep or something, so it's quite deep for its size. And I guess when the sun's right, you can get that really deep blue color that Crater Lake has as well. And then the camera is struggling to pick it up, but the water's like super clear, but still has like a blue tinge to it. So when you see like the logs and stuff in it, it just, I don't know, kind of tricks your eyes. You almost think you're looking at some sort of optical illusion or something. Yeah, the camera really can't pick it up that well, but it's extremely interesting to actually be here and see it. If anyone's ever in the area, it's definitely worth it. And I believe it's only like a quarter mile off the trail from the PCT. Sunday, August 30th, day 103. We're at, I think, Mount Hood Ski Bowl, where we're going to try this, I guess it's an Alpine Slide. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting idea. It makes me wonder why more ski runs don't have things like this. And I guess they also have like mountain bike courses and stuff, so looks like it could be interesting, depending if you get stuck behind somebody going fast or slow. Unfortunately, it looks like Jerica and Jurney got stuck behind the line of slow people, so don't know if they enjoyed it as much as I did. I got in the fast lane, it's actually the front, so I gotta set the speed, and that's going at a pretty good speed, but Jurney and Jerica had to go a bit slower, I think, unfortunately. So the Alpine Slide, yeah, can be fairly interesting, but it really is kind of hit and miss, whether you get caught behind somebody who has either a broken sled or who doesn't want to go as fast as you. So interesting experience. I got really lucky and was in the head of the fast group, so I got to go as fast as I want, which is pretty nice, but Jerica and Jurney got it less good. They were stuck behind, I think, somebody with a broken sled, so. Okay, so before I left for the trip, I was doing weighted pull-ups at close to 70 pounds. I reckon this is roughly 35-40, so let's see how I do. Oh, that's harder than it should be. That's bad. I generally did like sets of 5, multiple sets of 5, so.
We've been hiking for about 20 miles today. We're gonna go about 2 more. We're just now passing Timberline Lodge though. This is a lodge and part of a ski resort. Apparently it's famous for being used in the movie The Shining. We don't actually know what that movie's about, but lots of people seem very excited about it.
Monday, August 31st. I believe it's day 104. But it might be 105, I'm not sure. Probably 104. I don't think I did, I discussed much what we did yesterday. So, yesterday, we saw Little Crater Lake. I had to pause the recording to let some people pass by. Yesterday, from our camp, we probably hiked about 10 miles with the dog to where we met the support vehicles. We then ate lunch and did a resupply, but after that we went to, I believe it's like Mount Hood's ski bowl or something, and I guess in the off-season they have a whole bunch of other things you can do there, mountain biking, mini golf and stuff. What we ended up doing was, I guess they call it an Alpine Slide. They have these weird sled wagon things that you kind of ride down a ski run in, like concrete half pipe type thing. It was, yeah, fairly interesting. It's, yeah, a little bit dependent on your luck. If you got stuck behind somebody going slower than you wanted to go, then it wasn't that great. But if you didn't get stuck behind somebody going slower than you wanted to go, it was, yeah, fairly entertaining. Isn't like a new favorite activity or anything, but I think it's definitely worth the time to go and do it. After that, we hiked about another 12 miles to where we camped. This morning, and I guess, yeah, last night too, it got fairly cold during the night. And then it must have rained at some point in the night, I think, or maybe, well, no, it must have rained. I didn't hear it raining at the time, but it must have rained. So then this morning when we had to wake up, it was darker than you'd like, and the wind was blowing pretty hard, and then the wind would blow water off the trees, so it sounded like it's still raining. So yeah, waking up this morning wasn't a lot of fun. Cold, wet, windy, dark, yeah. Too many mornings like that, and I don't know, we might really have to try and pick up our pace. I don't think I want to suffer through that too many more times. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, definitely not my best morning. It's still been wet today on trail, so we need to dry out some of our equipment, like our tents and stuff would be nice, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to get to do that because the trail itself is really wet, and as you can maybe see if I get the camera working right, it's gotten like my pant leg really wet. I'm not sure if that's showing it or not. It's hard to tell what the camera's seeing, but yeah, you're walking through stuff like this, so there's, yeah, green overhanging the trail, And there's a bunch of water on all that green, so it's kind of soaking us. So, yeah, less than ideal. We're getting wetter instead of drier. However, I think this is supposed to be a one-day storm. Tomorrow's supposed to be nice, and even later on today it might warm up and be nice. So, yeah, it's not the end of the world or anything. I believe today we are going to hike somewhere between 22 and nearly 32 miles. Basically, there's a good camp at 22 miles, but that seems like too short of a day. And there's a good camp at 32 miles, which kind of seems like a bit of a long day. So I think Jerica found some place where she thought we could camp if we did a bit of a water carry around 27 miles. So I think we're probably going to aim to do at least that, but depending on the time of day and how we're feeling, we might press on to the 32, but I don't think we're going to stop at the 22. That's just too short of a day.
It's Monday, August 31st. Here we are in camp. We went 27 miles today, and that leaves us 21 tomorrow till Bridge of the Gods, or basically the Oregon-Washington border. We woke up to rain and fog, and it was pretty cold. It's already getting cold again now. We waited all day to try to find sun and places to dry stuff out, but we never did find it. So here I am trying to dry my rain fly. You can see how wet it is. It's got lots of water on both sides. Should still keep me dry tonight, but if I can get it dry, that would be good. My sleeping bag got a little wet, so I've laid it out as well, although not much hope that it'll dry very much. And my tent got pretty wet. See if I can show you how wet the floor is. So I'm hoping that if I don't pack it right away and I give it a little bit of time while I cook dinner, everything will dry out. If not, I'll still probably be fine. But it would be nice if I could get things as dry as I could before bed. It's looking pretty nice right now. Camera's making the sky look really white, but it's actually pretty much cleared up. We haven't been rained on in a while. Our clothes have all dried, so that was nice. It was colder today, and the rainiest day we've had so far on the PCT, but it really wasn't terrible. Most of the day was warm enough that we still were hiking in t-shirts, and we had periods of sun, just a lot of shade still, so we could see the blue sky up above, but we're hiking in shade, so we couldn't really dry out our gear or anything at any of our breaks. And there were still lots of Oregonians out hiking and enjoying the trails, so they don't let the bad weather stop them either. Now we're gonna go cook some dinner and hopefully warm up.
So, since it's been getting colder recently at nights, I've decided to start sleeping with my water filter, as you're supposed to sleep with them on cold nights because if they freeze, they can be damaged and break. So, yeah, this past few nights it's been getting colder. It hasn't been getting cold enough to actually damage the water filter, but I figured, just getting the good habits of sleeping with it so that if it does, get surprisingly cold one night, my water filter will be fine, and I don't really have to worry about it or anything because I'll just be in the habit of sleeping with it. So, this morning, I woke up after thinking I had slept with my water filter all night, just to get in the habit, find that I've been sleeping with my contact solution all night. As you can see, they're kind of a semi-shaped bottle of the contact solution versus, let's find it, the filter. They're both in similar Ziplocs. They're both about the same size cylinders, so yeah, I found that kind of amusing. It didn't get cold enough, so my water filter isn't damaged or anything, it's still fine, but it wasn't what I thought I was sleeping with all night.